Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to today's live reading of Oscar and Emmy Visit the Vet by Terri Sabol, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Join me. Abby and Charlie have a busy day ahead. They're helping their mom take their cats to the vet. They don't want to go, Charlie laughs as they try to put the cats into the crate, but they keep escaping. They'll be fine once we're there, Mom reassures Charlie, closing the crate with both cats finally inside. Success. It's time for the preventative care visit or yearly checkup. So they aren't sick, right? They just need a checkup like we get from our doctor each year, Abby asks. Exactly. The vet will make sure they are healthy and stay that way. They arrive at the vet clinic and notice their neighbor leaving. Mom, look, it's Miss Andrea with Bree and Athena, Charlie says. Are Oscar and Emmy here for their yearly checkup too? Asks Miss Andrea. Yes, Abby replies. Mom checks in with the receptionist while Abby and Charlie stay with the cats in the full waiting room. Oscar lets out a long, shaky meow. Oscar, I know you're scared around dogs, but I'll keep you safe, Abby comforts him. Charlie notices that Emmy hasn't purred since they left home. After a few minutes, a technician assistant calls them back to an exam room. Let's get these guys weighed for the doctor. Abby opens the crate and lifts Oscar onto the exam table. Charlie reaches in to get Emmy and places her next to Oscar. Emmy runs back into the crate. Emmy, Abby laughs, is the table too cold for your paws? It was so hard to get her in there, and now she doesn't want to leave it. Charlie giggles and coaxes her back out, hugging her closely to his chest. The technician scoops up Oscar, who is sniffing the table looking for treats, and places him on the scale. He is 12.2 pounds. She lifts Emmy out of Charlie's arms and weighs her. Emmy is 8.4 pounds. Perfect weight for cats. Male cats often weigh more than females. Oscar likes to eat a lot. Abby rubs Oscar's belly. Dr. Moore walks in, introduces himself as the vet, and then starts petting Emmy while he's asking the family questions. How are Oscar and Emmy doing? Eating well? Using their litter box? Playing with toys? They're doing great, Mom answers, and they purr when we pet them. Charlie adds, but not since we've been here. Dr. Moore assures them that it's normal because pets can be scared in a new place. Charlie says, they love eating their smelly canned food, but that's just for special occasions. Sometimes they cough up those gross hairballs, like this. Whack, whack, Abby adds. The vet laughs at Abby's impression. That's normal for cats. Comb them daily to get rid of their loose fur. Dr. Moore hands Abby a pamphlet on grooming to take home. What are you doing now? Abby asks the vet as he looks at Oscar's eyes. I'm examining him. I need to check all over his body for any changes that could be signs that something is wrong. Dr. Moore looks at Oscar's teeth, the back of his throat, and inside his ears. Now I'm rubbing his body to feel for any lumps or bumps. Dad thought Oscar had a lump on him one time, but it was just some knotted fur, Abby says. Oscar sits quietly as the vet strokes him from the tip of his nose to the point of his tail. Oscar even puts his head towards Dr. Moore's hand to get in more petting. As the vet repeats the examination with Emmy, Charlie is still concerned that Emmy isn't as comfortable as Oscar. Maybe Emmy isn't used to you yet. You're a really nice doctor, and this room has really fun stuff for animals. Why does that dog have a toothbrush? Charlie wonders as he spots a poster on the wall. The vet explains that pets need to have their teeth brushed and shows them how beautiful Emmy's teeth are. He gives them tips for keeping them that way. Because they don't have much plaque, professional teeth cleaning once every several years is okay. Several years? Mom makes us go to the dentist every 6 months, Charlie says. She makes us brush our teeth every day. Dr. Moore explains. Cats need to be under anesthesia for their teeth to be professionally cleaned. Who is anesthesia? Abby asked. Anesthesia is a fancy name for the medicine we use to make pets sleep while we work on them. We try not to do that unless we have to. You can do things listed in this pamphlet at home to help avoid dental cleanings at the vet. Do they ever go outside or come across other animals? Dr. Moore asks as he pets Oscar. They stay inside with us, Abby replies. Charlie adds, unless they come to the vet or visit Grandma when we travel, but she doesn't have any cats or dogs. She feeds her possum, but it stays outside. That's good, Dr. Moore explains. Knowing which animals they interact with helps me decide which shots to give them and how often they need them. I hate shots, Charlie says. Shots aren't fun, but I make sure it's over quickly. Dr. Moore explains about vaccinations and why they are important. I give pets shots in the same places. That way, if there's any swelling or lumps nearby, I know it's from the shot. Dr. Moore tells them about the optional nail trimming. Yes, please, Mom says. I'm always afraid I'll cut them too short. You can bring them any time for a trim, Dr. Moore offers. Dr. Moore explains that the worm test that Dr. Moore explains the worm test and that neither cat has any. Oscar and Emmy are very healthy. I'll see you next year unless any concerns come up. Charlie takes Emmy from Dr. Moore and he exclaims, she's purring. I think she likes you after all. Abby and Charlie help Oscar and Emmy back into their crate, this time very easily. They stop at the reception and pay the bill and collect Oscar and Emmy's new rabies tags. Abby volunteers to put them on their collars when they get home. Dad greets them at the door. How was visiting the vet? Abby shows him the pamphlets and the rabies tags and says, we need to comb their long fur every day to help prevent hairballs. And look after their teeth at home so they only have to go to their dentist every few years, Charlie adds. Dad says, wow, you learned a lot at the vet. Oscar and Emmy are happy and healthy to be home again. The two cats purr happily.